So this was an introduction to programming. So basically all of the concepts of what a programming language has. Now we'll head on to Python. So let's start up by understanding what exactly is Python. So simply put, Python is a free and open source programming language. So when I say free, it's just plug and play. All you have to do is download it and then you can happily start working with it. And also it's open source. So when I say open source, you can actually modify the code and add your own innovations to it. So isn't that truly amazing? And Python is also cross-platform compatible. So what do I mean by that? Well, you can run the Python programming language on any operating system. So whether it is Windows, Mac, Unix, Linux, any operating system it is, you can run the same piece of code on any operating system. So that is what is known as a cross-platform compatible language. And then Python also provides a large standard library. So whatever your task is, Python provides a library for that. So if you want to do data manipulation, Python provides a package for that. If you want to do web development, Python provides a package for that. If you want to do data visualization, Python also provides a package for that. So whatever your need is, Python springs up a library from its hat. And as we've already seen, Python is also an object-oriented language. So whatever data you have around you, you can represent all of that data in the form of objects so that you can find a solution with whatever problem you're headed to. So now that we've understood what exactly is Python, let's see how can we install Python in our systems. So to install Python, we have to go to this website, python.org downloads. I'll just click on this. So we'll just wait till the site opens up. So as you see, we've got the latest version of Python over here, Python 3.8.1. So if you're using a Windows system, then you can download Python for Windows. If you're using a Mac, then you can download Python for Mac. Or if you're using a Linux system, then you can download Python for Linux. And since I'm using a Windows system, I'll just click on this, download Python 3.8.1, and the download would start. So it's as simple as that, guys. So since it's a free software and an open source software, you just have to go to this website and click on this download button, and the download would start. Now, working with Python is easy, but what makes it easier is to work with an IDE. So IDE basically stands for Integrated Development Environment. So this Integrated Development Environment gives you a bunch of tools, which makes writing code extremely easy. So one such IDE is PyCharm. So let me just go to the site. So you have to go to jetbrains.com PyCharm, and you can download PyCharm from over here. Right. So you just have to click on download, and you got the professional version and you got the community version. So this is the free open source. So you just click on download and the download will start over here. Now for our programming part of it, we'll actually be working with Jupyter Notebook and we'll have to install Anaconda for that. So to install Anaconda, we'll go to anaconda.com. So Anaconda is again a sort of an IDE. Well, not just an IDE, it's actually a distribution which would provide you everything. So it is actually a web-based distribution. So as you see over here, Anaconda is useful for data scientists, IT professionals, and also business leaders. And now let me just show you how can you download it. So you just have to click on download over here. Right. So as you see, this is basically a distribution, and with the help of it, you can basically code in Python as well as R language. But Anaconda distribution is mostly used to work with the Python language. So it provides a lot of tools for you. So you can quickly download more than 7,500 R and Python data science packages. And it also provides multiple libraries, dependencies, and environments. So you can also work with deep learning models. So this Anaconda distribution provides you scikit-learn, TensorFlow, and Theano, right? And also if you want to do data visualization, then it provides all of these libraries inbuilt. So you've got Matplotlib, Bokeh, Data Shader, and HoloViews, right? And these are the different libraries and different notebooks which you've got. So we'll be basically working with the Jupyter Notebook. So this Jupyter Notebook and all of these set of libraries come inbuilt in the Anaconda distribution. So I'll just click on download. And since I'm using a Windows system, I'll click on Windows over here. Now, also if you've not installed Python earlier, you just have to click on this download button, and this Anaconda distribution will also automatically install Python for you. So all you have to do is click on download. And since I want the latest version of Python, all I'll do is click on this. So over here, the latest version of Python is 3.7, and I click on download. So also the download has started over here. Now, when you do this, you'll basically have different options over here. So I'll just type in Anaconda. And when I type in Anaconda over here, I've got Anaconda Navigator as well as Anaconda Prompt. So this Anaconda Navigator is basically a GUI with which you can work with multiple tools. And this Anaconda Prompt is the command line interface for Anaconda. So let me just show you the Anaconda Navigator first. I'll click on this. Right, so we have successfully opened up Anaconda Navigator. So as you see, we've got all of these different tools over here. You've got Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, PowerShell, Qt Console, RStudio, and so on. Now, this Anaconda Navigator would have different environments. So we'll be working with mostly the base environment over here. You've got these tabs. You've got learning. So if you want to learn something about pandas, so you've got all these libraries over here, right? So if you want a basic Python tutorial, then you can read upon this. If you want a tutorial on Anaconda, you can read upon this. And you've got these libraries which are inbuilt in Python. So you've got pandas, NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib, and so on. So you just have to click on read, and then you'll have a documentation for all of these. And also Anaconda has this huge community over here. So you've got all of these conferences, and if you want to learn something new, you can easily learn it from this huge community which is present. So this is the GUI part of the Anaconda, and it is known as Anaconda Navigator. So let me just close this up over here. I'll click on yes because I want to quit. And now I want to work with the command prompt. So I'll open this Anaconda prompt. So this is the base version. So now I have to open up the Jupyter Notebook where I'll be writing all of the code. So to work with the Jupyter Notebook, I'll just type in Jupyter, and then I'll type in Notebook over here. And let me just wait till the Jupyter Notebook opens up. Right, so I have successfully opened up the Jupyter Notebook.